Alright guys, I want to show you how to clean a Sccy cpx-2. First off, gun is clear, magazine is out. Alright, so first thing you're going to do, push all the way back, put the slide catch on there. And then what I like to do is use a spent casing. As you can see, there's a little tiny tab right here, a little tiny pin, and pull that out. Alright, now with both hands, release the slide, pull it forward, and off it comes. Alright, now that you have the slide, the barrel, and the spring, pull the spring out, just comes right out. Push the barrel forward, pull up a little, comes right out. Slide. Alrighty, done. Alrighty, I like to buy the Q-tips or cotton swabs from the dollar store. 1,000 of them for $1, super cheap. They're gonna go in the trash afterwards anyway. I use CLP oil to clean and lubricate. Spray a little bit on the Q-tip, let it soak it in. Then I take and I clean the slide really good. Get it all up in there. The reason I use the Q-tip is because it's cheaper to use these than to use your cotton swabs and all that when you're just detail cleaning it, and it gets in the spots really well. Real small stuff. As you can see, get up in there where normally the cotton swabs wouldn't, or your cotton wipes. Now that I have that all cleaned up and everything, I take a dry, clean cotton swab and go back through and scrub it. So you can see, I just bought this gun. It's the first time it's cleaned, and I've never shot it. But I always clean my guns before I go shoot them. Clean them before and after I shoot them. No matter what, if I cleaned them and then they sat in a case for a long time or whatever, I still clean them. Just because dust, dirt, all that crap, I like to make sure my guns are clean. Go in here, clean that. Now today I'm not pulling the firing pin out and cleaning it or anything, because I have not shot this gun, so it should be clean. Bought it brand new. A lot of this dirt and grime that's coming off this gun is from the manufacturer. When they had it for shipping and all that, they put a special lubricant on there. So I like to make sure I take the cotton swap it around. Try to get as much of that CLP off there as possible. I know it's a lubricant and a cleaner, but I don't like having too much of that stuff, so when I go to fire it, it's all over me. Sprays back, it's just gross. Alright, so now that that's clean, you can set that off to the side. Now the barrel, we're going to do the same thing on the outside. Give it a good scrub and all that on your loading ramp, all that. You're going to give it a real good scrubbing, cleaning. Once again, CLP. And on my table, I don't know if you let me flip this, or it won't let me flip. As you can see, I put shop rags down, just regular Scotch shop towels. I take two of them, fold it in half, and then I stack two of them like that, just so it doesn't get on my table. For if I get any of this stuff to fall off or anything. You just want to keep your table clean. Once again, CLP oil, lubricant cleaner. Get up in the bore. Once again, you guys that just bought this gun have not had a chance to fire it. But I mean, let's see. Come on, focus. That's not going to focus. But that's all just from barely scrubbing it. I mean, I'm not even doing a full hardcore scrub on it yet or anything. So I get down there and clean that. Clean the feed ramp. Just clean it really well with this. Take the dry end. Once again, just wipe it clean. See how much of that stuff we can get off. Look, that's the dry end. Alrighty. Now once again, I would normally go with it with a wire brush, spray some CLP down the barrel, wire brush it. Since I haven't fired it, I'm not going to do the wire brush today. But if I did, put on my push rod, thread it on, spray the CLP down here, give it a good scrub, call it a day. And then after you're done with the wire brush, if I did wire brush it, I put my swab on there, my cotton swab. I spray that with CLP on it. Let's see if we can get some more on there. And what I do is I twist as I go in the barrel. Go all the way out. And then I twist going the opposite direction, going in. Let me go that direction. Otherwise it unscrews. So I do that about 3 or 4 passes on there. Keeps it nice and clean. As you can see, pretty freaking clean. Alrighty. So I take my cotton swab off. Now I've scrubbed it with the wire brush, cotton swab, plastic push rod piece, 2 dry cotton, or I believe they're cotton cleaner pads. What I like to do is push it down in there, twist at the same time, pull out, go back and forth about 3 or 4 times like this, rotate it as I go, just to get all that excess oil and crap out of there. Looks good, nice and shiny. As you can see, there wasn't a whole lot in that barrel. Now what I like to do is take a fresh one and wipe the outside of the barrel off with it, just to make sure there's no excess residue from the gun manufacturer or anything like that. Keep it clean, set it back down. Once again, I use the Scotch shop towels because they're not going to leave like a lint or something like a normal paper towel will. It just keeps your stuff clean. Dollar store cotton swabs, 1,000 of them for $1. They're going to throw them away anyway, so why spend high money when you're going to just throw them away? Alright. Let's go to the bottom section of the gun here. As you can see, the cpx-2 does not have the safety the cpx-1 does. So, that's just to show you. It will fire no matter what. I normally take and scrub all this down with a cotton swab, the CLP, just showing you what's on there, even though I haven't fired it or anything. This is a dry cotton swab, just to show you what's the manufacturer. That's all just from manufacturer, from Sccy. So then, once again, cotton swab. And I take, and I get the slide. All that down in there. The slide rails, I'm sorry. Trigger mechanism. Feed ramp for your, not feed ramp, your magazine. You want to call it a feed ramp for your magazine. I don't know what you want to call it. Now, I normally pull the trigger back some. It allows the hammer to come back just a hair, as you can see. That right there allows me to get down in there. Give it a good scrub. Now, at this point, I take the dry side of the cotton swab and get back down in there. That way, I'm doing it all in one motion. Alright. Still taking the dry side of the cotton swab. As you can see, that's just from cycling it a couple times. And when I cycle it, I put these in there. They are A-Zoom 9mm lugs. Have a little rubber piece on the end just to cycle the gun. Alrighty, now that that's all good. Now on this, I don't really wipe it down to like fully get all the grease, all the lubricant off there. I want to leave some on here. So what I normally do, if I feel like I got too much off, take a little cotton piece here, CLP oil, get it nice and good on there. I just get some everywhere I feel like that gun's gonna need it. So pretty much all over the metal. Kind of scrub it in there. Alright, now that I'm done with this piece, I set it down. So we have done our grip, hammer mechanism, slide, our barrel. Now for the spring. Spring's fairly easy since I just wiped this down with on the trigger mechanisms and all that. I take and I just twist the spring in it a couple times. So I'm just lubricating it at this point. If I fired the gun and all that, I would spray some CLP on there, let it soak a little bit, and then wipe it all off. But since I haven't, spring's ready to go. Alright, this is the little pin that we pulled out. I spilt a little on it, so it's been sitting there soaking in some CLP on the table here. Basically just wiped it off. Got all that excess off. Alright. Grab a paper towel here real fast. Wipe my hands. And Scotch blue shop rags. Alrighty. We're going to reassemble it now that we've cleaned it. Once again, super easy, fast cleaning. I'm not going to go too far into detail on it. Alright, so barrel goes in, down, slides right into place, as you can see. Spring goes in like this. Top first, or front of the gun first. Push up just a hair. Slides where the barrel is. As you can see. Alright. And what I do is, I got oil all over my fingers, so I like to wipe the outside of the slide. Slides back on with those grooves lining up with those grooves, just like this. As you can see, it's back together, but we're still missing the pin, so it's not fully back together. Push it back. Put the slide catch on. Now that you see the hole right here and everything. Now with the barrel back like this, that pin will go in, but not all the way. Or actually, it does go all the way in. Sorry, my bad. But watch when it. See how the gun doesn't fully allow it because that pin is in the wrong spot. It's not holding the barrel in. So, put the catch in. Once again, take a spent round. Pull that pin out. All the way out. Alright. So now that you can see the barrel moves back and forth freely, put the barrel all the way forward. Put the pin in. Might have to move the barrel back just a hair. Or forward, depending on where the hole is to it. As you can see, it just fell right in. It's still not all the way in. Now it's all the way in. See, it's all the way in. Alright. So now that it's all the way in, barrel's locked in place. Pull back just a hair, let it forward. There you go. That's how you clean your Sccy. cpx-1 and 2 are the same way. cpx-1 has a safety, cpx-2 doesn't, so you just have to make sure it's off on fire when you're pulling the slide and all that back. Once again, always make sure your gun's unloaded before you start cleaning it. Clear the chamber. That's pretty much it for this gun. Super, super simple. And then once it's all together, last thing I do is I wipe it all off of any excess oil, fingerprints. I mainly don't like fingerprints of oil fingerprints, I should say, on my gun. When I'm done cleaning, it just looks tacky. And I normally take and cycle it back and forth a couple times, make sure everything's cycling well, it's smooth. Alrighty, thank you for watching.